What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Back in the paint booth. Guess why? You don't have to guess. That's stupid. We're painting. We're painting base today, baby.
What up?
Okay, we're doing something cool with this one. So it has a brown tail, as you can see, and it has a translucent body. So I just, out of nowhere, came up with this really neat idea of these color patterns I wanted to do. So I'll kind of lay it out for you. So basically what happens is I'm going to dust the entire bait with pearl, right? Pearl, because it's going to hide a little bit of some of this stuff, but still keep its translucency. Is that a word? It's just going to make it not be like dark. I don't want it to be dark. I want to retain some of the translucency. So anyways, light coated pearl. Then we're going to come on top of that with some of this purple metallic, very little. And we're going to just dust down the back and the sides, just the slightest ever so bit, very little. Then we're going to come across with this bone type color, right? So we're going to just a nice little thin line across the top, maybe a little bit on the gills and a little bit on the face. And my plan is to stop there, but I'm worried that because this tail being brown, it won't be enough with the colors that I have to kind of blend it all. So if necessary, once we get to that point, we'll decide. But if necessary, I may come back with something just a little bit darker and just do like a very thin stripe down the back. Very, very, very thin. Nothing crazy, just enough to kind of make this tail blend in with it. But I want to keep it, you know, kind of see-through because it looks cool. Let's give it a go. So you already know, step one, gotta clean that thing. You can't be painting on no dirty thing, you hear me? So, just gonna take our little rag, comme ça, like this, and get the little fuzzies off, and we're gonna give it a little wipe down with a little alcohol. Look how see-through it is when you wipe it. Golly, that's crazy. That ought to do her. Next thing we gotta do is take that tail. All right, bait's clean, tail is taped, and we are in helping hands. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and mix up paint. So like I said, first off is gonna be some pearl. We're just gonna take a little pearl and we're gonna dust the whole bait. Got our pearl mixed up and got it mixed up rather thin too. Can't see it. I don't know why I tried to show you that. But yeah, got it mixed up pretty thin because like I said, I wanna try and keep this bait as clear as possible. Just wanna put a little color on it. So we're gonna go ahead and spray a little bit of this pearl on there, see how she looks. Actually, it looks pretty sweet. I like it. The camera don't do justice. We already know this, guys. But I'm gonna go ahead and hit it with a little bit more on the bottom. So I want the bottom to be just a little bit darker with the pearl, and I want the center to be, you know, more see-through. Something like that. Okay, airbrush is clean. Time to mix up some of this color shift purple stuff. Looks super sweet, doesn't it? It sucks. Every time I look at the camera's here, but I keep looking at myself, it just looks, I'll get it. Look how pretty stuff right there, I tell you. Just a little dab will do ya. Thin it down just a hair. We want to keep this bait clear, so thinning it down helps a lot. And I don't want this purple to be like super overbearing. You know, I want it to be kind of thin and wispy. All right, gun's loaded up with this purple stuff. Let's see what it looks like. All right. Definitely. We'll catch up. All right. So this is what we ended up with. Very light, very faint, but you can still, kind of hard to see, but you can still see through the bait. So I'm not real sure. I think I'm gonna go a little bit darker, but I'm not sure how it's gonna look with this bone color on top of it now that I see it. So I'm wondering if I should put the bone, sticking with the original plan. I'm not changing, but I am gonna dust down the sides a little bit more. See that? Just dusting down the sides a little bit more. Okay, I think that's it for the purple color. It looks pretty sweet. You can see the color shift in it, really sweet. So now, I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take, like my original plan, and take the bone, and I'm just gonna coat the top of the back of this bait just a hair with this bone, and let the overspray kind of come down, and then dress up around the eyes and maybe a little bit on the gill plates there. I think that's what it is. All right, fingers crossed this will be the last color. All right, guns loaded up. Who thinks it's gonna look like really good? What you think? You think it will? I'm not gonna lie, I'm nervous, but I'm confident. Let's go. Let's go. Okay, first pass. I'm gonna hit it with a couple more though. We're gonna see. I think this is gonna work. Confident. Okay. So not what I envisioned 100%, but I think if I fade these lines in a little bit on the side, I think it's gonna be close. I think it's gonna be close. Let me try fading those in just a hair, see if I can do that. Okay. It's a little better. I do think we're gonna need to put that dark back on it though, I think. Not 100% sure yet, but I do like the way the gills kind of have that 3D look and stuff. So let me dry this off and then I'll think about it for a second. Okay, so as much as I wanted to leave it at this color, I don't know if I can. I mean, I think it'll still look good. I don't know what it's gonna look like with that big brown tail. But it still does, it's hard to tell in the camera, but it still does have some transparency there. You can see through it. And then with the eyes, it's definitely gonna pop a lot. It almost kind of looks like a trout, doesn't it? That's fair. I think this dark brown, just a real light strip down the top, will just make it pop. I really do. I think I'm gonna do it. We're gonna mix up a little bit of this territorial beige and put a thin stripe down the back and see if that kind of sets it off. All right, brush is loaded. Let's see what it looks like. I'm liking this. Definitely liking this. That color does no justice on the camera, but it's gonna work. It's gonna work. Confidence pays off again, baby. All right, that's it. Putting the brush away. So this bad dude actually came with Oz, which is pretty freaking cool. These things here, that's awesome. So we're gonna go ahead and get them eyes put on in there right quickie. A little dab will do you. All right, and the other side. That looks pretty freaking sweet. Okay, eyes are in. Looks pretty freaking slick, doesn't it? Now, I'm gonna say this. Sometimes, like, stuff in my head seems super cool, but in person it doesn't. And I was very hesitant at first with this idea, but I'm kind of glad I went with it. I really am. You can't really see it because the camera doesn't do justice. We know that. But the natural, just the brown colors. You don't see a lot of brown swim baits. Maybe I'm onto something. We'll see. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and get some UV clear on this thing. That's not fun to watch, so we'll just skip to the good stuff. Okay, it's done. You gotta check it out. Okay, so we're done, right? Well, we're done with that paint job anyways. Still got quite a few more. But just a quick recap. Today's, I don't know what I'm gonna call this thing, but I don't know, man. I was very skeptical and I almost backed out a couple times, but I am so glad that I did not. Look how freaking sweet that thing looks. Look at that thing. That's tight. Yeah, so, and then we have the other one that we did, the LBG, little bone glide. I'm excited about this one. This one's pretty sweet too. And of course, the old bone dog shad. I mean, this is classic. You can't beat this thing, man. This thing's gonna catch some monsters. So yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna sleep on it. Maybe I'll have a dream of maybe what's gonna be painted next. Who knows? I don't know. We'll see. But anywho, I got stuff to do. Later, y'all.